My 39 male sister-in-law, 31, had her bachelorette party on Saturday. I volunteered to babysit her daughter Tammy, fake name, 9, female, and my wife's cousin's kids at my place while my wife, 37, her sister and their cousin went to the party. Also present were my own kids. For dinner, we decided to have pizza. I made the order through an app. Now, I still don't really get what happened, but the order was taking forever and I was unable to contact the delivery guy. The pizza place wasn't helping either. After waiting for 90 minutes, I decided to cancel the order and pick a different restaurant. The reason I'd waited so long to cancel was because this was both my daughter's and Tommy's favorite pizza place. I managed to get my daughter to support the new restaurant by telling her they put ketchup on the pizza. Don't kill me. But Tammy was insistent in the first one. She had a crying fit while we were placing the new order. Even after she calmed down, she was still grumpy and short with the rest of us. At first, me and the kids made efforts to cheer her up. But then she started telling us to shut up or leave her alone whenever we tried. Throughout the wait, I reminded Tammy and the other kids that if they didn't behave, they wouldn't eat the pizza. She still complained about the new restaurant multiple times. When the pizza finally arrived, Tammy opened the box and said, "I'm not eating that." She said that in front of the younger three. At that, I put leftover chicken pasta in the microwave and told her that was her dinner. She started crying, saying she wanted the pizza and would behave herself. But I held my ground. Tammy didn't eat any of the pizza, but all the others did. My sister-in-law is calling me unfair and cruel for forcing Tammy to have leftovers while the other kids ate pizza. She's also accusing me of favoring my wife's cousin's kids and my own, and insisting that there were better punishments that didn't involve excluding Tammy. My wife's completely on my side. Her cousin is on the fence. AITA, edit. To clarify, the pizza arrived at 20 hours 13 minutes. The kids had snacks at 18h and a large group lunch before that, so none of them were hungry. Edit 2. Some people seem to think this was a party, social gathering for the kids. It wasn't. I was babysitting. I was the only adult responsible for them. Also, Tammy is neurotypical, and once she told us to leave her alone, we did just that. Edit 3. I only told my daughter about the ketchup because she likes it on pizza. None of the other kids heard me talking to her. Relevant comments. Tammy's language. From what I gather, Tammy knows what words like that mean, and that she's not supposed to say them. I think that was the nail in the coffin for me. What did others say was a more reasonable punishment? My sister-in-law suggested that I could have told her about it after she picked up Tammy, and she would have figured something out. Yes, sister-in-law wanted me to give the pizza and let her deal with Tammy later. Knowing my sister-in-law, I'm not sure that would have actually happened. Is Tammy close to her mom's soon-to-be spouse? Could she be upset about something else? I have no way of knowing for sure, but I really don't think that's the case. She's very excited about the wedding. Her behavior on Saturday wasn't completely out of character, but it was a severe escalation. She is. My sister-in-law's fiancé has been in Tammy's life since she was 3. He's the only paternal figure she has. Lots of people are confused about the ketchup and think maybe Tammy didn't want ketchup. You do realize this has nothing to do with my question, right? I know for a fact the kids like ketchup on pizza, but the only reason I told my daughter that was to get her excited about the new pizza. To the kids, this wouldn't have been a bad thing. And even if I thought my daughter might tell the other kids, I was with them at all times. I know she didn't. Grumpy, downvoted people try to blame OOP for things. Here are some of his answers. Okay, your comment was the latest one, so let me take the opportunity to make some things clear. The kids did have access to food and drinks while waiting. If they were hungry, they could eat. But no one was hungry. I did have planned activities. We watched movies, we played board games, the younger girls even did my hair. The kids had fun. The only thing that went wrong was the pizza delivery. I don't expect praise for babysitting. I barely even consider it that. Half of them are my own kids. I said it wasn't a party, social gathering, because it wasn't. And the idea that it might be could lead someone to look at the situation differently. OOP is voted into yay. Update. First of all, I want to state that I always knew this was a parenting problem. We love my wife's sister, but she's not a great person. She's loud, abrasive, and occasionally selfish. Sister-in-law also has the mouth of a sailor. She shares that last trait with both my wife and their mother. But unlike them, she can control herself in inappropriate settings. She doesn't swear around young children and has taught Tammy that swearing is bad, but doesn't punish or berate her for doing so. Sister-in-law is part of the Kids Plus Swearing Equal Comedy Squad, so she usually just laughs. While I'm also an honorary member of that squad, there's a time and a place for that, which is why I was appalled at those who said Tammy's actions were normal behavior for a 9-year-old. It's not. That part I already knew was rude. My question was whether I was right to deny her pizza over it. And after reading your comments, I've concluded I did the right thing. Some of you advised me to refuse to babysit Tammy from now on. I decided I wanted to give sister-in-law and Tammy an opportunity to apologize first. My wife called her sister and told her that neither me or her would agree to babysit Tammy again without an apology. Sister-in-law didn't think they had anything to apologize for. They had a long discussion over the phone. It stopped when sister-in-law called their mother, who took my and my wife's side. Mother-in-law agreed that we had every right to refuse to host someone who didn't respect us in our home. That's when sister-in-law finally apologized to us, Tammy doing the same soon after. We have no interest in blowing things out of proportion, so both apologies have been accepted. Sister-in-law's wedding is later this month, and we're all attending. I don't want people to think my niece and sister-in-law are bad people. They can be difficult at times, but we love them both. So both me and my wife have agreed to continue babysitting Tammy on occasion. But if history repeats itself, I won't hesitate to nip this in the bud. The main piece of advice I'm following from your comments is to, while babysitting, treat everyone the same, and hold everyone to the same standards as my own kids. It's what I did with the pizza fiasco, and I'll continue to do it in the future. On a lighter note, we live in Latin America, and the overwhelming surprise at some details I shared in my post, including mother-in-law time and ketchup on pizza. Yes, I know it's awful, but it's popular with some kids around here, was definitely interesting. Relevant comments. You say sister-in-law isn't a great person just because she swears. I say sister-in-law isn't a great person because she's selfish, abrasive, and loud. I have no problem with her swearing that much. Again, my wife does too. But I do have a problem with doing so in an impolite or rude manner. You don't call the food shit and still expect to have it. Finally, the ketchup. My daughter's godmother is Italian. Pretty sure she wants to murder me whenever she sees my kid putting ketchup on pizza.